friends, welcome back. For those who don't know me, I'm Kat. I'm a wife, a homeschool mom, and an avid reader. This is actually end of the week me. I have been vlogging all week, kind of giving an update as I read, with trying to go without giving too many spoilers for my books, and see how I do. So far this week, I have read one or finished a book each day, or an average of each day, and have had a lot of fun with it. So, if you want to check out what books I read during this first few days of May, continue watching, and I'll see you on the other side. Hello, friends. So, it is, what day is it? Monday the 1st. Not February. Wow. It is May 1st. And since we've kind of gone screen free in our house, I have been able to get a lot more reading done than normal. So we're 6 p.m. and I am reading The Intimacy Experiment right now. This is by Rosie Danan. This is one that is the pick for Cliterature Book Club. And I think the live show is on Saturday for it. I can't remember the date. Oh, it's nap time for me apparently. Anyway, this is following a sex educator who has been approached by a Jewish rabbi to help him bring in new people to his synagogue because they're looking at shutting the doors. And it's kind of interesting, the way that this has gone. It's got a little bit of insta-love on Naomi's part. She is deeply infatuated with this rabbi, but knows he's off limits. Not that rabbis can't date or get married like priests, but her lifestyle and her choices would reflect badly on him, and so she's worried about that. So she's deemed him off limits. Well, I'm at page 120. So I'm just over a third of the way through. And we've hit a big plot, fun part of he has asked her, so the rabbi has asked Naomi to help him find a girl to date. And now she's dealing with this internal struggle of finding him the woman of his dreams when she really wants it to be her. Yeah, so we have that. It's quite an interesting twist in this. I'm really enjoying it. It's a lot of fun. It's definitely a rom-com. And I'd say it's a solid 4.5 stars right now. And I don't see it really dropping too much based on the author's writing style and everything. It's right along what I tend to like. So I'm going to keep reading and see where this goes. Unless Rosie Danan does something really out there. I don't think it's going to lose anything. But I also don't think it would be a 5-star for me. But lots of fun so far. Let's see where this goes. Hello, friends. So it is the 2nd. I finished The Intimacy Experiment last night. Really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I'm probably gonna give it 4.5 stars, like I said. Um, it's I really enjoyed the way it ended. Um, it had a lot of good twists and turns. And things happened that I didn't fully expect, or at least not in the way it did. Um, we know with romance, um, there's that flame, and then it continues on, and they get together, they break up, and then they end up happily ever after, as it were. Um, or at least happily ever for now. Um, and this follows that very much. It takes a lot longer to get to them dating than I expected. Um, but once they started dating, like I could not put the book down. So I read and read and read last night. And finished about 11:15 and then just went to bed. And now I'm dealing with the consequences of being up all night because I'm already yawning and it's only 1 p.m. Um, but today we um went to the library, went to Barnes and Noble, Starbucks, um, and then got some lunch. So the rest of my day, my plan is to read. The question is, what am I gonna read? Um, I don't know. So, I'll find out in a few minutes and then I'll let you know. So, I've decided. Um, there aren't any prompts yet for my group. I went ahead and chose the partiers. So, we'll go with it. I was kind of secretly hoping that there was a prompt so that I knew which way to go, but it is what it is. So I am going to start The Good Marriage by Kimberly McCreet and go from there. This one, it doesn't say anything. Okay, I was looking to see if it had um, a genre for it, but it does not. So I'm just gonna go with it and see how I feel. I'll probably check in a little bit to see or to let you know my feelings on it at that point. So I will talk with you soon. Okay, so this book is a little out there. Um, so it's A Good Marriage, and the synopsis was led me to expect something a little different. Basically, it's Brooklyn, New York. So uptown hoity-toity um neighborhood where people are presenting themselves in a certain way, I guess is the way to say it. And a man goes home after a party and finds his wife at the bottom of their stairwell, um, dead. She's has, I would assume, a head wound. There's a lot of blood. And goes to do CPR and then calls the police. The police look at him and are questioning him and suspecting him. Um, but he goes to jail, but not for murdering his wife, he is arrested for assaulting an officer. Apparently, when the officer tried to pull him away from his wife's body, he turns around, or a reflex swings around and punches the officer. But then he calls his friend who he hasn't seen in 11 years, but they went to law school together. And I'm just not sure what to think. It's kind of a dual timeline here. We start with the murder suspect slash officer assaulter calling our main character to ask her to be his lawyer. This is his college friend, and they haven't talked in 11 years. And so we have that timeline, and it's moving forward of that timeline. Then we have pieces or transcripts of a grand jury proceeding going on the 6th, July 6th. All of this is right around there. Talking about what happened on July 2nd when there's this party for all these suburban parents whose kids are away at sleepover camps. And so we're getting kind of the grand jury testimony from some of these people who were there. But we also have the wife's perspective leading up to the party, and I would assume the murder. And with all three of these pieces, these three different timelines coming together, I don't know what to think. Because obviously I'm getting both the what has happened, what's going to happen, and then details in between. And I just really don't exactly know where this is going. And I'm not sure that A Good Marriage necessarily was the best title. And it may trickle in. Or I guess it's a juxtaposition of all of these bad marriages that we're seeing. Both from the lawyer's perspective, from the victim and her spouse's, the victim and the accuser point of view, and all these suburban families that are apparently having once a year orgies. Yeah, I am totally flummoxed right now. I'm 70 pages in, and in the grand scheme of things, I mean, it's really not very much. But I had a moment where I'm just like trying to wrap my head around this, and I'm hoping, kind of bouncing this off the screen, that I will be able to wrap my head around it a little bit. I'm just not sure. It definitely, either I misread the book jacket, or the book jacket didn't lead me to think this way. Yeah, very interesting. Um, it's almost dinner time, so I'm gonna have to take a pause so we can eat. Um, but then I'm curious to keep going and find out what craziness is going on in this world. And I foresee another late night if me not being able to put this down in the last hour is any sign. So I will check in soon, but this is a wild, wild ride. Okay, so it is Wednesday night. I did not finish A Good Marriage last night. I got about 40% in and then kept dozing off while reading, so I went ahead and stopped and went to bed. I have been reading most of the day. Oops. There we go. I've been reading most of the day off and on. This morning I worked on some lesson plans, and then we had vet visit for the dog. And so all afternoon since then, I have been very focused on this book. And I am here, 300 pages in, about 100 left. And oh my goodness, the plot twists. I don't know if it's just because I don't read a lot of thrillers, but um so sorry. Plot twists, at least these two, I was not fully expecting. Yeah. So I am fully invested in this. Really, really enjoying it. This will probably be a 5-star. I don't want to put it down at any time. It's really hard to do the stuff I have to do during the day with this one. But I am gonna stop talking here and try to go finish this tonight before my body shuts down. Because it's acting like it's going to, and it's only 8 o'clock. Maybe I'll drink some iced coffee or something. I don't know. I need to perk up a little to finish this book because it's a wild ride. So I'll talk with you soon. Okay, friends. So I finished A Good Marriage. The cover is totally not on this. I don't leave the dust jackets on when I'm reading because I will rip them. But I have finished that one, and we have gotten our first prompt for our door for the partiers. Apparently as partiers, we did not think of goals. Maybe because we're partiers. I don't know. But so I have done that. Oh, sorry. I watched the video and there are 2 prompts. The first prompt is to read a book without any people on it. And the second one is to read a book that the cover is a color you don't like. Which is going to be really hard for me. Doing a cover without a person, that's going to be easy. I'm going to jump into Lucy Foley's The Paris Apartment. No people on it. Right? Correct. It's just a building. So that one's going to be easy. The only trouble I'm having is there aren't really colors I don't like. So I'm not quite sure how I'm gonna do this part. So here we are. I'm really hoping that the first prompt means that it is the one that opens the door, because otherwise I'm not getting out of this room. And I'm not exactly sure how that works. If just a certain percentage of us have to get the right one, or what. Or if everyone has to, or if everyone has to get out. Not sure, but I am going to log my book. I'm going to log A Good Marriage, which I just finished, and then I will start The Paris Apartment. Again, hoping it's the right prompt to fulfill. So, that all being said, it is 10:15. And it is not in any realm a good idea to start this book tonight. I don't think prologue's a couple pages. Okay, maybe I'll read a chapter or two. This could be really bad though, because the chapters are just a few pages each. And last time I picked up a book before going to bed and going, oh, I'll just read a couple chapters because they're short chapters, I ended up staying up until like 3 in the morning and finishing the book. Because it was just a couple more a couple more pages and just another page, and yeah. So short chapters can definitely be my downfall. So I'm gonna probably not start this one tonight, but we shall see. Paris Apartment is this apartment in Paris. I'm assuming someone gets murdered. But we have 5 suspects. Oh. They're all neighbors to each other in this apartment complex. So, I don't really know much about this, but again, it's a thriller and I don't want to know a lot about it. So, tomorrow we'll jump into this and go from there. And then I guess tomorrow I need to record a video to go out. So, I will talk with you guys later. Hello friends. So it is Thursday morning. It's almost afternoon, but it's Thursday and we've done some schoolwork this morning. I finished Pilgrim's Progress along with my lesson plans for that one. It's one I'm looking at possibly teaching for British Lit in a couple years. I'm taking the time this coming year to kind of build that curriculum, or at least my reading guides that I want to use. But, so I finished Pilgrim's Progress, and I have started The Paris Apartment. I am about 40 pages in. I'm still unsure about this one. It's one that, like, it opens up and when the book opens, you're introduced to this character, and I'm assuming that it's the character who dies or is kidnapped. We don't really know at this point. But so he's the, what everything's focused around. So he has disappeared and his sister has appeared on the scene, and as we're getting all the characters different point of perspectives, because each character or each person on each floor of this hotel, of this apartment complex, have their own point of view, and they all have a secret revolving around Ben. And so I'm a little, I don't want to say uneasy, but I'm a little less than sure going in of what we're even trying to figure out. I know that will get clearer as I go through the book, but it's quite interesting. But so far I have met the concierge, the socialite, and the alcoholic. I think I've met the nice guy as well. And I don't know if the girl on the verge is supposed to be Ben's sister, but it says that they're residents. So I think the girl on the verge is another resident in the hotel or in the apartment complex. So good so far. There's a lot of different things kind of intertwined in it. We get a little bit about parental death, a little bit kind of in the foster system, just kind of little touches as far as those go. So it looks like it's going to be a fun ride, but I am really, really confused at this exact moment. So I am going to sign off for now, and then keep reading. If I can finish this book before going to bed tonight, then I will have completed 4 books for the month of May so far. Was I exactly planning on doing a book a day? No. Do I think that that's going to stick around? Also no. But for now, it's kind of nice to be reading a book a day. But I will check in with you guys later. Hello, friends. So it is 11:30 on Thursday night. I have finished the Paris apartment. It's a wild ride. Left me kind of guessing. Kind of guessing through the whole thing. Overall, it was a great read, but there was a lot going on, and it was kind of confusing at parts. So, if you're gonna read it, know that going in. And like, again, probably because I just read the back, and the back literally is that. Like, there's not a whole lot of description going on of what is going on in this book. Sorry. But I spent a lot of time kind of lost, not knowing where this book was going. But the writing is well done. And so I didn't want to give up on it. But it is an interesting read. There were moments where I thought I had some things figured out, and it turns out I did not. Just a wild ride all around. I don't know if I have I don't know how we find out that we have unlocked a door. I submitted this one, and it didn't give me anything really other than thank you for your submission. So I don't know if that means that I unlocked it, or I mean, I would assume that that means I did not unlock it, but then that, or does the poll just not tell us that it's done? So I'm unsure what to do now. I don't really have a color I don't like, is where I struggle with prop 2. But of the books I have here that the color is the most, and looking at my stack of books going, which one do I not like the color the most of? And there was a toss up between two, but one of them, the part I don't like is the contrast in the colors. And actually I can show that. So the first one that kind of jumped out at me was Book Lovers. And the only thing I don't like is the orange and the blue together. But that's a color combination, not the main color of a cover. The orange part is just here. I love this blue color, don't get me wrong. But that bright orange with it just kind of clashes to me. So that one's not out, or that one's out for that because it's not really a color, it's the combination that I didn't like. So the other one that I don't really like the color of is the London Seance Society. I love this background. This, what's in here, I think that this part is gorgeous. And had they done the whole book that way, I would put it on my pretty bookshelf. But I don't like this golden yellow. It looks like it's supposed to be faux leather, but it just looks gross and dirty. So I'm going to go with this one for a color I don't like. That kind of mustardy yellow color. Why not? Because I really, like I said before, I really don't have a color that I truly would look at and go, I don't like that color. In their place, I think every color can be nice. But in the case of this, I am justifying this as I don't like the way it looks on here. So, there is that. And that is 4 books completed in 4 days. Tomorrow I have an appointment with my allergy and asthma specialist. Hopefully that means that all my breathing and all my allergy issues will be cleared up, or at least we'll have answers. One can hope, right? I've been without allergy medicines for the last week now, and it's killing me. But sorry, they want to retest my allergies. And so you can't have the antihistamines in your system because then they block true results. So I have been a snotty, gross mess and been up every night from like 3 until 6 coughing all night long. But and being exhausted. But yeah, itchy red eyes, the whole works is going on tonight. I'm hoping that tomorrow, after my appointment, they'll say, yes, you can have your allergy meds back, because I'm gonna enjoy those. Crazy things that I never thought I would say in my life. So, but that appointment can take 2 to 3 hours. So I will have plenty of time to read this tomorrow. And just hope for the best. And go from there. So, I will sign off here. It's bedtime. So I will talk with you guys later and go from there. Hello, friends. So I am back from the allergist and asthma doctor. Not really too much in answer wise, other than to tell me that I am not allergic to pollen like I had thought my entire life. But I am allergic to my pets, along with dust mites and palmetto bugs. So, and for those of you who aren't familiar with South Carolina, palmetto bugs are the nice names that we give to the giant cockroaches that come in the house when it rains. So, yeah. So I'm just kind of gonna move on with life. I'm not getting rid of my pets. That's just, it is what it is. Both pets are up in age. Our dog is almost 12, almost 13. And our cat is 7. And so I'm not getting rid of him. I mean, it truly would not be beneficial for anyone. I've grown up with pets my entire life. Always had a dog or a cat in the house. And I have had both my entire marriage. So it's gonna stay. It means I'm gonna have to vacuum every day instead of every other day. Mop the floors, that kind of thing. And the hardest part is gonna be that I'm gonna have to keep the dog from getting in my bed. She likes to sleep on my side of the bed when I get up in the morning. So that's gonna be the hard part. And I may just suck it up and wash the sheets every other day or whatever. So that's where we are with that. We did get the notice that the partiers have left room 1. I don't know what the prompt was exactly to get through, but we have made it through now. So there is that. And yeah, so through room 1, I didn't get very much reading done at the allergy specialist like I thought I might. I guess I thought there was a lot more waiting around. And so, sorry, I've already been cleaning house. So I'm only a few pages into the London Seance Society. I may go on ahead and try to get through the first few chapters of this to see if I'm enjoying it more than I was at the allergist. And I'm sure it's just because of how distracted I was there. So I will read that one and go from there. I don't know what else otherwise to do right now. So, because I want to save my romance books for the end of the month, if at all possible. And go from there. So, goodness gracious, maybe a nap is in my future. Yeah. So there is all of that, and I am actually going to end this vlog here so I can get it uploaded. It is 2 o'clock for me. So I'm going to try to get this uploaded and then go from there. And I will start a new one this afternoon or tomorrow morning. I'm not sure which way I'll go with that. But if you enjoyed my rambling about books as I'm reading them, leave me a like, comment if there's anything that you think I could do to improve my vlogs. And I will talk with you soon. Bye.